Let us tell the truth and get off this Obama plantation and say, you know what? We dealing with criminality in high places, criminality in these low places, and let's expose the hypocrisy, expose the mendacity, and be true to the legacy of Martin. You know there's going to be a march in August, right? And the irony is, the sad irony is,
this is the march of the honoring the 50th anniversary.
And you know what the irony is, Sister
I Have a
Amy?
Dream speech.
Brother Martin would not be invited to the very march in his name, because he would talk about drones, he'd talk about Wall Street criminality, he would talk about working class being pushed to the margins as profits went up for corporate executives and their compensation. He would talk about the legacies of white supremacy. Do you think anybody at that march would talk about drones? And the drone president? Will you think anybody at that march would talk about the connection to Wall Street? They all on the plantation.
Are you invited?
Well, can you imagine? Good God, no. I mean, I pray for them because I'm for liberal reform, but liberal reform is too narrow, it's too truncated, and of course the two-party system is dying, and therefore it doesn't have the capacity to speak to these kinds of issues. So no, not at all.
If you were invited to speak at the 50th anniversary celebration of the I Have a Dream speech, the March on Washington, August 28, 1963 is when it happened, 50 years ago, what would you say? Give us a few minutes.
I would say we must never tame Martin Luther King Jr. or Fannie Lou Hamer or Ella Baker or Stokely Carmichael. They were unbossed. They were unbought. That Martin was talking about a beloved community, which meant that it subverts any plantation. Bush's plantation, Clinton's plantation, Obama's plantation, and the social forces behind those plantations, which have to do with Wall Street, have to do with multinational corporations. And we're going to focus on poor people. We're going to focus on working people across the board. We're going to talk about the connection between drones, which is a form of of crimes against humanity outside of national borders. We're going to talk about Wall Street criminality. We're going to talk about how we ensure that our gay and lesbian brothers and sisters have their dignity affirmed. We're going to talk about the children. Martin Luther King Jr. was a free black man. He was a Jesus-loving free black man. Will the connection between drones, new Jim Crow, prison-industrial complex, attacks on the working class, escalating profits at the top be talked about and brought together during that march? I don't hold my breath, but Brother Martin's spirit would want somebody to push it. And that's part of his connection to Malcolm X. That's part of his connection to so many of the great freedom fighters that go all the way back to the first slave who stepped on these decrepit shores.